because Facebook has done a great job of optimizing those placements to give you results. They had no choice but to make them better because they knew that the Facebook platform was running out of real estate. So they had no choice but to create new placements. Why do you think they created Instagram? And actually not created it, but bought it because of the placements. Why do you think they actually created Instagram stories? A new placement. There's a lot of terms. It might be confusing sometimes, but you're gonna get familiar with it. We have the ad level, we have the ad set level, we have the campaign level, we have the business manager, we have the ads manager. I know, trust me guys, it's gonna get easier with time as you get more and more familiar with these terms and these platforms. Okay, good. So now on this one, I'm gonna dive deep into the subject of Facebook placements. When we say Facebook, when we talk about the word Facebook, a lot of you guys think is that blue icon that we all see on their phones. And we've gone into facebook.com and go see at the actual desktop computer. But the reality is when we say Facebook, we have a lot of applications. We have a lot of family of apps. Facebook calls it the family of apps that are taken into account. Which is like, this is a mother, right? Facebook is the mother of all these platforms. So the reality is that, for example, on Facebook, by itself, the blue icon, there is a bunch of different placements. Now let's define what a placement is. A placement by definition is where your ad is shown. Let me give you an analogy. Let me give you a comparison. When you have a newspaper, there is an exact placement for those messages in there, for the ads. Sometimes they are in the front cover, quarter of a page, and then the company is paying a lot of money to be there. Sometimes, usually cheaper, you can put yourself in the middle of the newspaper at 1/8 of a page. Sometimes you can be halfway through. Do you guys know that when you are actually advertising a newspaper, I've been through that, you actually get that option. You actually get to decide where do you want your ad to be placed. Do you want it on the front, on the back, on the middle? Those are placements. It is literally, where do you put that message? Well, there's a bunch of different placements on Facebook. And I want to talk to you guys about that because it's important to understand they all work. For years, I've been listening to information from other supposed marketers that tells you, oh, when you're running Facebook ads, make sure you only select the Facebook newsfeed as a placement. Guys, let's go ahead and cancel that right now. That is not correct. Because Facebook has done a great job of optimizing those placements to give you results. They had no choice but to make them better because they knew that the Facebook platform was running out of real estate. So they had no choice but to create new placements. Why do you think they created Instagram? And actually not created it, but bought it because of the placements. Why do you think they actually created Instagram stories? A new placement. Why do you think they put Facebook stories on Facebook? Everybody was like, Facebook stories on Facebook? Because of placement. It is real estate to put their ads in. That's all it is. When you see new places like this, new software being developed, new placements, the only purpose of those placements is not to make your experience better, it's to be able to sell ads along the way, guys. That's what it's all about. So let's talk about that briefly and the different ones that we want to talk about here. Placements, when you are at the ad set level, as you can see, we are on the same screen where we already selected our audience. On the last lesson, we selected executives between the ages of 39 and 49, males, right? So we see it right here and we saved it. But now we see right here that it says placements. Show your ads to the right people in the right places. As you can see, there's two options here. One of them is automatic and the other one is edit placements. The automatic one is important to understand that Facebook is going to actually move your ads around on the different placements based on the results. So if you're getting a lot more results on the Facebook newsfeed than on Instagram, they will show your ads more on the Facebook newsfeed. But if it's vice versa, you get more results on Instagram, then they move more money in that direction. I always like to use the Facebook power. The Facebook algorithm, the computer, the system is working with you to give you results. So you want to go ahead and use the automatic option most of the time. Now, if you have a video that is more than 1 minute long, well, let's look at the different options here. And in this case, let's say that we have a video that is 3 minutes long. Let's go ahead and edit placements. And let's look at the different options right here. As you can see right here, this is really cool because you can actually get an idea exactly of each placement and what it looks like. This is something that you can see for yourself. For example, if you're on the Facebook feed, this is how it looks like right here. You can see it right next to the ad. Right next in the ad, that's how it looks like on the feed. If you are on an instant article, this is how it looks. See it right there for yourself. It's inside an article. You can put your message, your video, your whatever message you're trying to get in, your sale, your direct response, your lead generation inside an instant article. If you guys don't know what an instant article is, quick definition. An instant article is an article that is actually being fed by a marketer's or a business blog. It's being fed to Facebook. There's a whole technology on how to actually upload instant articles on Facebook, and it's easy. This is for people and company and brands that have actual blogs. But we as marketers, you can promote your brand inside an instant article. There are pre-loaded articles that are being fed from a website that load instantly. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it has a little thunderbolt when you see it on the newsfeed that next to the title, that when you click on it, it boom, immediately loads up, and they are awesome. So again, that's a placement right there because you can put your ads inside the instant articles. In-stream videos, check it out. You can see right here how it works. An in-stream video is exactly that. When somebody is consuming a video, an ad can be placed in the middle of that video. This is something that they did to actually increase the revenue. Yes, it's kind of annoying. I don't like it that much because if you're watching a video, all you want to do is watch a video. You don't want to go into this whole television era. Like for example, let me give you an example of how this is comparable to Hulu. On Hulu, if you don't have a membership of a certain level, then they put ads in between your, just like in the TV era, they put ads in between your segments of television. This is the same thing. In-stream ads means that an ad is being placed during a video that somebody is consuming, and somebody can skip on it after a few seconds and you got no option, right? Like for example, on this one, this is like a 6-second ad and that's all it is. So that's another placement right there. The right column right here that you can see is exactly the right column on the desktop. This is only for desktop. Now, the right column used to be huge. It used to be how Facebook made their money. Now, it's really less significant. Why? Because nobody's going to their desktop to go to facebook.com. Less and less people every single day. In the United States, it's actually less than 10% of the people on Facebook are using their desktop. In other places, in other countries, it's even less. We're talking about 6 to 8%. So this is becoming less and less relevant when it comes to actually putting your ads, but you can still leave it there on the recommended option because it does still have an effect. 6%, 8%, 10%, it's a good chunk of people still. And then we got suggested videos. Suggested videos, as you guys know, Facebook has become a video consumption platform. If you guys don't know how this works, once you click on a video and you open it to see it, it actually opens up this little stream of videos. This is where the suggested videos comes into play. It is videos that are related to whatever you're watching that Facebook is suggesting. Cool stuff. So this is another placement. So check this out. Crazy, right? Inside Facebook, how many placements do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 placements in one single application, in one single website. So Instagram, now let's talk about Instagram, really only has 2 placements. There's feed and there's stories. Feed is exactly that. It's the exact same thing as the Facebook feed. As you can see right there from the image on the right side. You can put your ads in there and you can put your videos up to 1 minute. If it's more than 1 minute, you're gonna have to uncheck this box right here and not put it there because it's not gonna run it. It's as simple as that. Let's say, for example, that it is a 1 minute video, so we leave it checked. So stories, you guys know what stories are. Stories are being placed on top all over the Instagram platform, and also we have them on Facebook, but right now the Facebook stories don't have ads on them. But today, they don't have them. It's coming because, again, they're all about generating revenue through ads. On the Instagram stories right now, you can run a 15-second video ad on the Instagram story itself. So in order for you to locate new people, to get new awareness, to do retargeting and all that stuff, you can do an Instagram story. And this is really cool, guys, because you have a few seconds only and it pulls attention and you can drive them straight to your website, as you can see right here. Let me see if I can get out of this so you can see it. You can see right here how, this is Jasper Market right here. It's a sponsored ad. When somebody swipes up, they go to the website. And then the engagement is really, really high. So this is a placement that you can test out. Obviously, guys, the videos here are all vertical. So in order for you to create a video that actually fits on the instant, then you have to create a vertical ad, which is something that I recommend more and more you do, just like a Facebook Live type of thing. And then we have something called the audience network. The audience network used to be horrible. Audience network right now is really, really powerful. It's not something that you can ignore at all. Why? Because the audience network is taking advantage of the power of the Facebook targeting in other applications, other third-party applications that you can work on right now. Let's say, for example, there's an application that is a game, Angry Birds, or whatever game you're playing, like Eggs and Zeros, like that, the example that showed up right there. There are ads being placed inside that app that drive people to your website, to your Facebook, to your channels, or to whatever. That is the audience network. And it really works because yes, on the time spent on media devices, on mobile devices, about 50% of that time is being consumed on social media. But guys, there's still another 50% being consumed on other apps. So for every 10 hours a person spends on their devices, 5 hours is spent on outside platforms, games, emails, text messaging, phone calls, everything. They use other apps. So what you want to do is you want to position your brand and your product in that other 50% so you can keep on communicating with those guys. And the way you do that is through the audience network. Here you can connect videos, you can connect actual links to the website, pictures, promotions. Again, once you select recommended as your placement option, automatic placements right here, then you're gonna be able to do the audience network too. So there's all kinds of things, like there's the native, the banner, the in-stream videos, all that stuff is part of the audience network. And then there's one of my favorite ones, which is the messenger one. Why is it my favorite? Because it's giving me the biggest, most powerful return on the investment currently. So how does it work? Check it out. Let's see for this. I want you to see for yourself that right here inside the messenger, then you're seeing all the friends. For example, you see Haley, then you see a message from somebody saying, do you want to go to dinner tonight? All your friends and family, but now you have a sponsored message in there. You probably have been noticing this more and more every single day. And it's happening right now. And they're doing it in a way that actually is really, really awesome because it's not feeling spammy at all. This is really awesome and it's getting better every single day. So there's something that you guys need to focus on and create ads. For example, if you're running a 70% off campaign to generate traffic, you definitely want to use the messenger placement on home. So your message can be distributed like, hey, do you want 70% off my kitchen board? Go ahead and get your coupon right now. Really, really cool stuff and really powerful. That's another placement. And the last one, sponsored messages. This is something that you can only do, okay? Sponsored messages, you can only do them to people that have actually engaged with your Facebook page already and have sent you messages before. So if somebody has not sent you a message, you cannot target them here because what this does is that it sends them a message directly on their inbox. You can actually penetrate their inbox if they have actually sent you a message before. I personally never use that. Why? Because I have another tool, which we're going to be talking about in another module called ManyChat. ManyChat does those messages for me instead of me running it through the Facebook actual audience ads manager. Okay, so those are all the placements. There's nothing else in that. You can see right here that you can actually target all Android devices, or you can target iOS devices only, or you can target all of them. So those are additional targeting options when it comes to the placement.